This is an age of darkness. A world of fear, power, and death. But a few forge their destiny. Medieval, total war.
Greetings everyone and welcome to North Africa. My name is Napoleon Complex and today I will be taking over as advisor for Khalifa Yusuf I, the Khalifa of the Almoravid dynasty, not the Almohad at this time of history, the Almoravid dynasty. And I will be helping him invade Spain, Europe, and then, of course, the rest of the world. So let's get into the campaign. As you can see, I have lands in Spain, North Africa, including Libya, and at the moment that's about it. My lands in Spain are my wealthiest, rising of Cordoba and Granada, and Cordoba also serves as our capital. Cordoba is mostly notable for its good trade resources. It has both silk and hides, and for its fertile farmlands. Granada is slightly less wealthy, but may actually bring in more money than Cordoba in terms of its land production, because it is a source of silver, which Cordoba lacks, which means that it will also be quicker to set up an economy here. Moving on to North Africa, the North African provinces are not that wealthy. However, they do have one immense advantage. They have access to gold, and if we can mine that gold again, that will be a huge economic advantage to us. And finally, we have Cyrenaica, or Cyrenaica by the looks of things. So Cyrenaica is a rather barren land. It only has 50 income per turn, which is not even worth developing farmland on. And it has no natural resources. However, it serves as a buffer region against the Egyptians, who will become a threat over time, as they are one of the wealthiest factions on the map. And It will also be a good place to build a military base of operations in the east, because we will want to develop these provinces economically. We have no reason to develop Sardancia economically, and so we can focus on the economy instead. So, with the geography lesson out of the way, let's get to planning. The first thing we'll need to do is appoint some competent governors. So let's start by finding anyone who can possibly help to run our realm. There's usually a few people floating around. Now this is randomized at game start, so the merits of your underlings will vary. Strangely enough, Ismail ibn Shufin always seems to spawn with 2 skulls and 4 feathers, so dread helps him control the population and thus allows him to raise more tax, and acumen allows him to bring in more money from those taxes. So both stats are important for administrators, and we are going to immediately make him the Emir of Cordoba, greatly increasing his income, and we are going to further augment that by making him our Qadi al-Quda. Qadi al-Quda, that is our equivalent of Chancellor, I guess. Don't know what that means in Arabic. If anyone can tell me in the comments, let me know. We won't start with raising taxes yet because I still need to move my military. Keep moving. Let's see what other individuals we have in our empire. Okay, well that's a decent start. Granada is usually not that problematic, so we'll give them someone with 4 feathers but no dread. Morocco is much the same. For Algeria, we really want individuals who have a little bit of dread, because, and same goes for Tunisia. Tunisia? Oh, I'm doing strange things with my accent today. Do we have anyone like that for Algeria? Yes, we do. I knew there was someone floating around. The titles administered, we now need to talk about troop movements now. I can either go for Spain, or I can go for Egypt. Now, Egypt is a long way away. I'd have to move all of my forces over to another theatre, and of course pay upkeep for them while they march. I don't think that is an appropriate strategic goal, though it might be worth trying for a challenge someday. Instead, I will start to move my troops west, trying to maintain some garrison in Algeria and Tunisia as I go. Muster up a force in Cordoba. I will take who I can from Granada to augment that. We'll deal with loyalty in a second. While I see it, we'll sort it. And to further augment that, I'm going to recruit 2 units, the Almohad Urban Militia and the Desert Archers. Now, Almohad Urban Militia are superb troops. They are heavily armoured, they have good attack, and they have good defence. These are the best soldiers we will get until, I believe, 1204 AD, at which point the chivalric reforms come forward and we enter the High Middle Ages, at which point the Christian nations will start to get better infantry than us. But for the moment, these are the best troops on the map, and we get them from the get-go. And on top of, well, maybe not the best troops, but they're certainly among the best. And on top of that, we have Desert Archers, which are like the regular archers the Christian nations get from the get-go, but they're faster, and so they're much better at skirmishing, and they're well worth their extra cost. For those of you familiar with this game, you may note that the prices are different, and they take 2 years to be trained here. Now this is because I've set the unit size to huge. If you set the unit size to large or huge, it takes 2 turns to recruit your troops, not 1. Now that greatly changes the dynamic of the game, because it means that you can't just move troops out of a province and expect the troops that you recruit the next turn to take their place. You need to be a little bit more strategic about your movements, and I think this makes the game, if not more difficult, then at least more complex. Napoleon complex, even. I'm sorry, that was terrible. Taxes can start to be sorted now. We can up the taxation in Cordoba. In Granada, things need to remain low. Morocco will remain as they are. Algeria needs to be lowered. You want to keep your a bit of a buffer with your loyalty, because if you don't, bandits can appear. And I'm even going to lower it down to very low. Same for Tunisia and Cyrenaica, because let's face it, there's no money being made there anyway. It ended up being a bit of a lean year. I don't know what's happened with the unrest. It seems to be rather high. But we'll fix that this turn by building watchtowers everywhere, and this will improve the base loyalty of our regions, because I'm not quite sure how it works. It says, well, if you read the description, it's almost like you have a spy in each neighbouring province, but I don't know if that includes the province you're in. That's supposed to be the point they're in. That's supposed to be the point of the border forts. They do seem to increase loyalty in regions where they're built, so I'm going to assume they have a generally beneficial effect on public order. Though that might be buildings in general, I don't know. Well, we've moved everything, we've built everything, and we've trained everything, so let's... we haven't moved our diplomat. May as well move him somewhere relevant to the action. I have the hiccups, that's quite uncomfortable. Okay, watchtowers galore. Emir Ibn Omar is weak to bribery. Well, that's good to know. Don't put him in charge of an army that we don't want to get bribed, which is pretty much all of them. So of course he's the one who takes command. I'll move him out. It's very unlikely that the AA would do something like that, but got to be sharper to these things. Let's take a look at tax. Grenada's improved dramatically. They can have their taxes raised. Morocco has also improved dramatically. Algeria, dramatic improvement. So we can improve up to high, no higher though. Tunisia, 123. Cyrenaica can actually go a bit higher because they have a decent garrison, but no higher than high for the moment. I'm not quite so worried about a buffer. I don't want it to be bang on 100. Revolt at this stage would be disastrous. Or fun, you can look at it that way. What we're going to do for buildings is we're going to build gold mines. And that will give us a good extra 300 coming in. This will take about, well, 2 turns to build and then 10 turns to pay the costs off. So we'll start making a profit in about 12 turns, which isn't bad. I'm still training troops, so there's no expenditures there. That's why I can do this. And troops movements are made. We're not ready to invade yet. I want my commander in position. Alternatively, we could look at that. No way are they worth that much. Though, you see, this would be an interesting prospect because we don't get fuel knights for a while, but it's just not worth it. Right, intern. I'm not much of a diplomat in these games, I have to say. I don't trust my allies enough. Because, let's face it, you should never trust the AI. It will backstab you at the slightest provocation. We have our army now, and I'll move these archers up as reinforcements. Quickly do a scan of my empire, check my loyalty state. Good, everything's fine. Loyalty, well, again, keep the buffer in Tunisia. I'm so sorry to any Tunisians when I mispronounced the country name. So I apologise for that. Let's see. Right, let's talk strategy. Castile is quite well guarded, and I believe they will get their heir next turn, which will make it even more difficult to take. So we will probably take heavy casualties if we take Castile head on. What I want, and the battlefield's quite difficult as well. What I think I need to do is take Leon first, and that's what I'm going to do. In terms of our expenditure this turn, we will recruit Almohad Urban Militia and Desert Archers, and honestly we'll probably continue to do that for a while. I do not see those troops becoming obsolete anytime soon. With that, we have enough money for a fort somewhere. I will build it in Cyrenaica. Cyrenaica. Enough for the pedantry. And the Spanish withdraw. Don't worry too much about the lack of loyal generals, that won't because there's too many problems. Right, we will reduce that siege. We will lower taxes here. Just in case a rebellion happens, I will move. Oh, this is where things get dangerous. Because the Castilians may attack Cordoba, and I really don't want that to happen. But a revolt would be bad as well. How bad are things normally? 53%. My goodness. Oh, Prince Yusuf is even more useless than normal. I've had a few goes at recording this in case you hadn't guessed that already. And that's why I have some idea of what the opening moves are. We will build farmland in Granada. I am not. No, silver mine in Granada. And we will pray this works out okay. Well. Because I've seen some cracking rebellions. Your worst enemy in this game is not really the other AI factions. It is your own people. It is the rebels in your ranks, and they will make your life a living hell. The rebels in the early Total War games are on steroids, especially in Medieval. Shogun 1, not quite so bad. Rebels in Medieval 1, potentially lethal to your faction, and that they will spawn if a faction remerges with several full stacks of elite soldiers while you're still coming out of the Dark Ages. And that is not a pleasant experience, I can assure you of that. We're in our first castle siege now, and as you can see, we have the beginnings of the machine gun towers, which you see in later Total Wars. But they're not very dangerous in this edition. It's only until Rome 1, Medieval 2 that become truly dangerous. They'll knock a few soldiers down. They'll kill a few soldiers. In this case, they don't seem to have managed that yet. There we go. Just waiting for someone to drop, and then they'll be knocked down. This is also why I'm attacking only this wall, because I know that the other walls will also get shot in if I attack from anywhere else. And the keep's going to start attacking us. We're going to launch an attack here, get those soldiers moving. I'm going to try not to use the pause function. Why won't you select button? Bodyguard, guard our flanks while we map up this peasant rabble. I'm sure my king can handle it. Maybe he can't. I've never seen the general's bodyguard go down that quickly to arm militia. Can someone more knowledgeable about the game in the comments tell me what happened there? I mean, I know they got a bonus to armor, but they're still just arming militia. Not that dangerous, usually. Maybe I missed some banners or something. I thought I would have noticed that they were high valor troops though. There we go. Bit of an unpleasant shock there. Oh, goody! Oh wait, for a second I thought that my king was losing his mind. We've still got terrible, terrible problems with public order. I'll send the peasants up to help keep order. I'll send everyone up to help keep order, shall I? No, send the archers. Send the archers north. Bring the Almohad urban militia home. We need to keep a watch on Castile because they will be getting stronger. And they will eventually launch an attack if they feel they're strong enough. So I'll be spending my usual 900 on troops here. What I should be doing then is... the best place to upgrade right now would be Cordoba. And I'll have to take the chance to lessen the chance of the enemy making striking us with a blow. I'm going to make a feinting attack on Castile. I have no intention of this attack going through, but it tends to forestall the AI from attacking you. They can bypass it by attacking your province instead, which forces you to defend, but usually it forces them into the defensive, or at least persuades them to take the defensive. Ooh, yeah, that's fine. Okay. I was worried for a second there that yes, that worked. Had forgotten to... I had misjudged and spent too much money, basically. But everything seems to be fine. We've restored order to Leon, which is excellent news. And we'll be getting more reinforcements, so Spain is on its way out, I believe, now. We aren't spending anything, which means I'm free to build what I want this turn. Well, it is well worth building improved farmland in Granada. That will also we will also get our money back from that quite quickly. We can't launch an attack yet. Anyway, I have 1600 to spend, so I should probably try and build something a little bit more substantial. Let's go for... I need to calculate this carefully. I spent 600, so there's 1000 left. Have I spent anything else? 800. I have just enough for some forts in Tunisia and Algeria, which will help both of those regions out somewhat. And will also provide the basis for more troop recruitment. Forts are one of the early things you build. On the other hand, you know what, because it only takes 2 turns, I will... I'd rather have the building progress, to be honest. I'd rather have those forts up. No, that doesn't make any sense. I think I will go for the improved farmlands in Algeria. It only takes 2 turns, and of course more money means more construction in the future. Border forts, so that should be... that can come in handy. I hope it doesn't hamstring me later on, but it might come in handy. I haven't placed an administrator on Leon. That is criminal. So Leon is becoming more loyal now. I can start to think about moving out. So of course I've already spent the usual 900. Castile may be vulnerable now, and I don't want to delay too long. As every turn that passes they're building up more force, and of course the rest of the world is moving. So I'm up against 2 units of Royal Knights, 2 units of Jeannettes, 3 units of mediocre infantry, and a unit of archers. Well, let's consider this. I think I can hold back the Jeannettes okay, with just my forces in Leon, and the infantry should be able to tackle the enemy infantry, and my archers outclass them. The question is, can I move enough of this army out of Leon now? Let's see how bad the unrest gets. That is still too bad. I can afford to leave some of the archers behind to help maintain public order. And don't leave too many archers behind. Leave another troop of archers. Still 97. I think, why are you flinching from a 97 revolt risk? I had a revolt at 97. It can happen. But on balance of risks, it's probably worth it if I can take out the Spanish king. I think I will keep that bow unit here. Okay, I'm confident enough with this. I may regret those words, but I am confident enough for the moment that my archers can handle this. I don't sound confident, do I? Delay for one more turn. Okay, so with my 700 remaining, what am I going to build? Well, we may as well go for the farmland in Tunisia as well. Army's already been built up in the... No. Go for the town march. I can't build both. We need some kind of security on the eastern front. Oh well, we lost our... I should have taxed Leon. They lost our alliance with the Holy Roman Empire. Boo-hoo. Right. This time, going over the top. Use the opportunity to recruit elite units of archers. I'm not that worried about the enemy archers. Let's make a combined assault and take them out. I'm willing to take that risk. I forgot to move my archers. I could have had another unit of archers. Right, come on, Napoleon, focus. I've got 1900 to spend this turn. I will invest in farms in Tunisia. Can't afford a gold mine in Morocco. I will instead start building a fort in Algeria. It's 1000 spent. Got 900 left. I suppose I may as well go for the farming in Morocco. Probably best to go for that before I go for the Granada, because it takes 4 turns and it's quite a long and it's quite a big investment. And wait, so let's see. Yeah, I don't have enough for anything else. Here we go, the big fight against King Alfonso VI. So 3 units of General's Bodyguards, goodness, and units of Jeanette, so I will have to be quite cunning in my approach here. The rest of the army's trash though. So once we're past this cavalry, he really doesn't have an answer to me anymore. The archers will prove annoying, but I know how to deal with those. I'm really counting on my own archers to a certain extent. Let's see. Okay, they are fine there. I'll reinforce them with the king. And my princes can work together on this flank. Move it, you slobs. I am by no means a master at this game, as you might have gathered from the 6 attempts I've made at this video so far. That's less to do with the campaign going wrong, just more video problems, but you will see disasters from time to time, and I may even lose campaigns, and the goal of this is not to set myself up as some kind of total war master, but to learn the game and hopefully entertain others in the process. So I'm not going to be displaying pro level skills, I'm just going to be doing my best. Here's I really need to line up again along these hills. Further to the right, we want to take a position on the high ground. A lot of room for my general to maneuver on that side of the map. But I do want those camels to have some backup. Obviously, as the attack, now stamina is a bit different in this game to the later Total Wars. You lose stamina on the march, so being efficient with your movements is important. Oh, I was afraid of... Group movement hasn't quite been ironed out yet either. Why are you running? That's because they're trying to maintain formation. Generals are actually moving back. These guys are racing forward. So I've got my two heirs racing towards oblivion, and the strongest part of my army moving back. Space out for the skirmish. So it looks like only my first 2 units will be taking part in the skirmish. I'll send forward the Barber Barber camels to, I'm sure the camels will be very offended to be compared to mere horses. Do camels take offence? Probably. It always struck me as rather snooty animals. Okay, so they've already dealt quite a blow to their archers. Looks like the Jeanettes are coming forward to challenge us. And the Berber camels stop coming quite so far forward. They're making me nervous. Still, if the Jeanettes want to charge our camels, I'm quite happy to take up that challenge. Oh, this is genius. Let's turn sideways in the face of a cavalry charge. Looks like the enemy cavalry are coming out for a... Okay, I don't want the camels to get a face full of royal knights, and I don't want my archers to either. Draw so they pull right back. Okay, I don't want the Almohad urban militia to go running out into the middle of nowhere. Fall back. Oh, the royal knights are getting shot to pieces. But obviously bring our troops. I see you, you sneaky perishers. What, did you think that was just going to go in unopposed? You're very nearly dead. I'm lucky I looked over before that hit. Thankfully they seem to be committed. Quite an aggressive response from the AI here. Okay, oh, looks like the gates of hell are opening on us. Right. Bring everyone in. I want everyone on the front line. Protect the archers. Keep them back in reserve. Where's my king? He should be doing something. keep one unit of the cavalry back and send this in, because yep, I knew that would happen. They are coming in for the charge. We are going to charge them in the side. Maybe whip these guys out the way first. I'm a bit worried about this. Oh, they did a dreadful job of intercepting the Jeannettes. It's because they're fast. I seem to be allowing myself to get distracted here. Yeah, our Almohad militia paid a steep price for that mall, and it's because they were hit by the Royal Guards. You guys are probably causing more friendly fire than actual casualties to the enemy now. Thankfully the enemy army is starting to break apart. Get everything into that fight. Drive them from the hell. I want billmen and bowmen alike in the attack. That charge was annoying. We lost lots of good soldiers, but we've broken Spain. They are no more. The Spanish crown is gone, and with that we are into. Well, we've still got the Aragonese to deal with, and we've still got some rebels to dispose of. But after that, we will be into France. So that was very much a success story. I hope that prince survived. He took a lot. His unit took a lot of casualties. Princes do tend. The princes are at the head of units. Remember that each of these units is headed by a named individual. If the head of the unit dies, then he dies in the campaign map as well, and this applies to the princes that lead the Goon bodyguard. So I may have lost an heir or two. It's worth to knock out Spain early, but I will need to protect these guys better in the future. If I'm very unlucky, I'll have lost both. I don't think I've been quite that unlucky, and we have a lot of heirs anyway. Dispatch from Royal. Try and stop him from escaping, because I really want him dead. Four captured, which, and seeing as they have no land left, he'll be as good as dead. Oh, not only did he get out of the blockade, he killed one of my... He's not... I don't think anything's going to stop him. The enemy commanders, and particularly enemy royalty in this game, are slightly insane. I believe they were called Jedi Generals in the past, when this game was in prominence, because they could fight their way out of entire armies. And this is no exception. Well, battle over, let's continue. We all but own Spain. What is with all the inbred traits? I assure you this doesn't normally happen. We lost an heir. And of course it was the good heir. Okay. I'm sure everyone is already yelling at in the comments for that blunder. How can they be yelling at in the comments? You haven't even uploaded the video yet, and also you're a new YouTuber, so chances are no one will even see this. But the situation is what it is. We're going to have to storm a keep as well. How about we just keep the heir to the throne out of this? Where's Prince Idris anyway? Up in Leon, which seems to have fallen into unrest because our Wonder Boy General got himself killed. Wonder Boy Governor got himself killed. If you're wondering what happened to the bodyguard of my previous prince, they got consolidated into the army of my heir. At least it does reduce the chance of civil war somewhat. So we lost the commander of Granada as well. A lot of important people died in that conflict, but we did just destroy Castile, so that's probably worth it. And that's probably to be expected. And hang on, 900 this turn, which means I've got 1,000 to play with. I will invest that in a keep. So that when the time comes I can upgrade my town watch. Actually, what are the requirements for the Almohad urban militia? Well, there's no swordsmith here, it must just be the town guard. Enough stalling. This is going to be a pain in the neck. Auto resolving, it's risky. Okay, we'll fight it. I am no coward. Okay, maybe a little bit of a coward. I'm not enough of a coward. Keep my heir out of this. So once again, it will be my Almohad militia who spearhead the charge. I'm going to lead with the least of them so that the other, well actually no, the best of them can go in the middle, and I will lead with the least of them can go in the middle, best go at the back, and I will leave these guys who are most likely to come under fire in the middle, and my general will be at the very back. Waste no time. The reason I winced a bit at this is because we're going to have to attack a gatehouse, and those are nasty things to attack. Okay, so we're attacking the settlement, and already my men are wishing we weren't. Walls breached, get in there and kill everything that moves. We want to get started on that gatehouse as quickly as possible. I don't want to just take javelin fire. Okay, they can get started at the gatehouse and then they can go for the attack. I'll actually divert these guys to help out with the gatehouse. I might have killed someone. Body count's already rising. I'm doing something right. I don't want my elite soldiers doing this. Get the guys we don't care about. Well, we care less about, because I do care about these guys, they're some of my best soldiers. But they're also heavily armoured, which is why I want them doing this dangerous job. We've got to get into this gatehouse. And to fast forward time. Maybe I should have auto resolved. I'm going to just stand under it. Find him and kill him for me, for putting us through this nightmare. By existing and therefore. Oh goodness. Oh come on. Don't let my king get shot to pieces by the arrow towers. I didn't even see that happening. Get inside, get inside, get inside, get inside. Oh, that was a fiasco. It's not even over yet. Oh good. The elites are on track to get at the archers and they'll kill them quickly. I have... Let's have a duel. A duel where I can bring an entire army. And Spain is defeated. At terrible, terrible cost, but Spain is defeated. And the dust settles. Towers. That was eventful. No training costs right now, and because of the looting, we have quite a bit of money to spend on our new kingdom. Let's see. No, Cordoba could do with an armory. Actually, it could do with a mosque, so 200 on a mosque, which will give my Almohad militia better morale as a baseline. So, and so 2,500. Dion is very wealthy. I'd have to be a fool not to go for the improved farmland there. So that's 1,500 left to spend. Go for the fort in Tunisia, 1,100. Right. 700. I actually have a small surplus this turn. Let's see. And some peasants to help out. Oh, that's only 5 influence. And welcome to export mode, where you do get a small penalty to that. I actually have enough loyalty that I could consider attacking Valencia this turn, but I'm not going to because I don't think we're quite strong enough to mount that attack. So I'll probably go Valencia, Portugal. I could go straight for Aragon if I wanted to. Let's see how I feel next turn. Start recruiting urban militia. I need to build a garrison here. Watchtower is completed. Look how much better our income is now. Is there much point? He's miles away. So once again I will be spending money on my Almohad urban militia to the tune of 900, and that's the only recruitment we will be doing right now. I need to have a look at Castile. We are now in a position to invade Valencia. I do need to be careful though and continue to raise public order here, because Valencia will be very full of unrest when I take it. We'll move in a unit of Almohad militia And I will lead this with, if we're stuck with them, I want my heir to get some military experience. I will give him, well, probably somewhat restricted by public order. He doesn't need 2 squads of urban militia, 1 will do. So that gives him 2 squadrons of Almohad militia, 2 squadrons of desert archers, 1 squadron of ghouls. That will be more than enough for the task. Anyway, spending money. So 900, that leaves me with 1700 left to spend. I will spend it on... Can't quite afford the... Oh, and I built, so 1500 left to spend, sorry, I need to be careful of that. And they'll be building that for a while. Go for being able to train some Arab cavalry would be neat. But I like archers and we're going to have that capacity soon in Algeria. I need to go for something that gives me a concrete advantage. I'll go for the keep because we can afford, and it's time to upgrade that, I think. If you're thinking about the Navy, it hasn't left my mind. Not entirely, anyway. Go. And you'll notice that we're up against El Cid. Rodriguez de Bivar, I think that's part of his name. Obviously was quite a famous figure around this time for driving off a murderous assault on Valencia. So, and that's a tale beyond that. Unfortunately, we have to kill him now. I could have bribed him to our side, but I don't. Well, I think I showed the costs of why that's a bad idea. Oh yeah, because of the direction I attacked from, there's no bridge. It's just his army. Well, this should be a cakewalk. And this honestly feels below El Cid's dignity, facing an end like this. At least, the one from the legends. I get the impression that the actual El Cid may have been a considerably more grey figure. But I remember the one portrayed in the Age of Empires campaign. And this is no way to send him out. Hey, in case you didn't notice, we're the guys building the Empire, we are the baddies. Okay, and we'll start by bringing down his peasants. I suppose you could argue that we're just men of our time. I don't... Yes, it's an interesting concept for men of our time. I'm trying to get my general around the flank. I don't want to just drive them off. They'll break. I'm really not worried about those peasants. Okay, my generals arriving was enough to scare them off. There's no castle here, so I don't have to worry about the peasants escaping. We'll capture them after the battle. I'm not going to hold a castle or something against me. This is one thing, if there's a castle in the province, do try to wipe the castle out. So there's really not much the Chinettes can do against us now. Moving forward just a little bit, because friendly fire will hit us. They should already be flanking around. I'm going to try and get right around them this time and come in from the back. I think they're going for me. I don't think the archers are helping anymore. I should probably get my militia moving though. In case they do manage to break off, bring our archers up into a line here. Oh, the Jeanettes are in a mess. Sorry, Alcid. Run away! You can still be you can still be taken prisoner. I'll let you go. I promise. We're not evil. We just want to be your friends. Please stop running away. Actually, I'm going to try and get... You know what? I'm going to try and rout him rather than kill him with arrows. Because then, of course, he has a chance of surviving. Ugh. And so the legend ends. And like Gulam savagely chased down his bodyguard as they run around the house. Something tells me that detail won't get into the history books. Well, we'll release this man. We've completed the border forts in Castile and the... something got built. Ah, fortress in Algeria. I want a horse farmer to start producing Sahara. No, I want to start going after ships. We're going to build a port and hopefully a shipwright. So unfortunately no Saharan cavalry for us yet, because I do need that naval capacity as soon as possible. If possible, the Italians will start raiding my coast. Did I forgot to move the archers again. This is a logistical nightmare. Well, this is going very well. But of course Valencia will be full of unrest. So this will unfortunately paralyse my offensive efforts for a while. Yeah, send some archers. I have a garrison here now. Okay, send a platoon. Well, it's really more like a brigade in terms of size. Send the peasants. Now I've got unrest in both provinces. Valencia's okay. I suppose Castile is this. Well, Valencia should get a big boost from the forts being produced, so I'll pull the peasants back to Castile and hope this unrest starts to sort itself. I think I pulled back 2 units rather than 1. Yeah. Okay, with that sorted out. I'm looking for someone who can look after Valencia. I need someone with good dread, ideally, who's also a good administrator, because the province is quite wealthy and I can't afford for the taxes to be going nowhere. I don't think I have anyone like that left in my empire, but no, at least make it someone who can raise money. And that alarm's telling me that an hour is up. Okay, that is as good a place to stop as anyway. So we've conquered most of Spain. I've got a few rebel territories to mop up next time, and we will be taking on Aragon. And then hopefully, if time allows, we will be marching into France. Time and Egyptians, because the Fatimids will probably... Fatimids? Were they even the Abbasids at this point in history? Will probably be marching on me as well. Okay, thank you everyone for watching my first, I suppose, Let's Play. For 2 years it took quite a lot of effort to make, and I hope you enjoyed this. I will strive to improve. Unfortunately, I know my microphone isn't very good at the moment. With the coronavirus outbreak, I'm reluctant to order another one in, so unless I can get one of my existing mics working again, it looks like this may be the best I can do for the moment. Again, thank you for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed the video, and I will hope to continue this on a weekly basis. But I hope to continue to release videos throughout the week in different strategy games. With that all in mind, farewell.